I'll give you 3.
3 lengths? At the drag strip or on the street?
I'll give you, no. Well, what do you want?
At the drag strip?
I get hit, you get 3 lengths.
What do you mean a hit?
I get the hit. Chase is a race.
I'll still kick your ass. I'll be ahead of you by the 60-foot timer.
We didn't forget about working on this. Now that Greggy's car is all done, this is going up on the lift. We're gonna get the underside all finished up, wrapped up, and get this thing on the road. We have what's out here is like a huge town car show gathering. It's called Metro Cruise. We'll show you footage of that when it comes. And we are trying to get this car ready for Metro Cruise. All right, so this car was not equipped with a Turbo 400. As you guys know, 80 Camaros did not have Turbo 400s in them. So on the frame, you can see here, this is where his original Turbo 350 stuff was. And now we got to be all the way back into here. So he ended up buying this cross member, which is what you'd use on like a 70 through what, 73 Camaro?
Yeah, I think they cut it. Some people say 70 to 73, then 74 to 81, but then other people say it goes all the way the same, but it's not the same.
No, because we're having a problem where it's actually a little narrow. It's not coming off the edge, but it's narrow. What it looks like for you guys out there that are throwing Turbo 400s into your second gens, this is the Turbo 350 cross member, and it's got plenty of hang on the sides. We're not overhanging because it's in the car. All we did was basically slide it back, and guys, we're doing pretty good. Just trying to get the front of this done before we start throwing on headers. You know, we got all of this stuff that we got to hook up. He ended up getting his aeromotive pump in. So that is what's feeding this 1,060 horse blown big block. So your aeromotive's pretty good. I believe the aeromotive 1000 is good to about 1,200 horse. So we should be okay in that sense. I know some people argue like boosted and turboed, you're at about 1,000 horsepower. Well, we're gonna find out in that sense. So we'll put that to its test. But we just got her up in the air, so we're just getting things kind of cracked away. So we got the transmission cross member in. It is done.
Hell yeah.
One custom built drive shaft, done. Got the starter in, so just wrapping up on this stuff. We're gonna try to get the shifter locked and loaded, get that in. We still gotta put the bracket on it. Still gotta hook up the shifter cable, all that stuff. So we're still moving and grooving and doing everything we need to do. And then the old man, how you coming on the trailer?
Done.
Done?
Done.
Done. D to the 1 and done.
Is the trailer done or are you done?
Yes.
To both.
Yeah.
Yes.
I am done. So what are we doing, fellas?
What are we doing? We're hanging the fuel lines. I think.
Trying.
I'm the official holder.
He's a fluffer.
I need a longer one.
Jesus Christ, my arms are...
I told you not to hang on.
Well, why don't you drill a small hole first?
I
Then it
did.
wouldn't...
You're the one that pulled it out.
Okay, so Nick had to go run out and get some parts for the blower car. Code Red, I think we're gonna name it. Something like that, maybe. Anyways, I got a little bit of time. I'm gonna work here on the black car. Boop. And what I gotta do is, I gotta do some motor plate. Let me show you, I'll show you. That is the old motor plate that I had in the 555. When I ended up putting on this Pro Charger, I had to redo this strut bar just to miss the blower, just to miss this section right here by my finger on the blower. I can't even get my finger totally through there, but it's probably about a ½ inch away. Now, what happened was, you can see where this doesn't even make contact. I had to chop out this whole section. This is the new one, but I had to chop this section out of it. Well, when I did it, I cut it like straight across here and eliminated the point of wanting to mount it onto this. Well, if I left this one on there, it'd only bite right there right there, and right there. So it'd just be 2 spots on the frame, that one strut bar. For you guys that don't know, a side slinger, this is just called a side slinger, just the way that it's set up because it's on the side. So, well, these blowers, as it's spinning, it actually wants to take the blower and kick it in this way. So a lot of the times the blower itself, because it's turning on the crank, it'll want to spin and pull itself in. That's a lot of the times where you end up losing your belts and they come whipping off. Now, if you have like a Kevlar belt and that thing comes off, it'll slice right through your fender. So one of the things you can do is you can run a turnbuckle. So you come off of here, run a line coming off of here, and then just have, you know, something here, and then you have a turnbuckle that'll just slowly pull pressure onto this. So we're also going to put a turnbuckle on here as well. But the big thing is making this new motor plate that'll fit. So this is really rough cut. I mean, I did this on the bandsaw, and it's really rough cut. We'll finish this up and make it look pretty. So what you saw me fighting with was these bolt holes are just a little off. I think I'm just gonna have to open them up just slightly. Couldn't get a bolt in there, but you can see how much extra I gave myself here. So I can still trim everything, go through all that. Now you can see how close I am there. So I'm gonna make a tab that'll come off of here and then bite into there. Same way I did that guy right there, I'm gonna do one on that side. So I'm gonna have to get some material and just go through and make that up. So the blower will come off and then I'll just rig up whatever I can. It looks like, you know, I'll have to stay away from being up here tight to the blower, but it looks like if I keep everything in here, and I gotta stay away from the control arm. All right, my man, so what did you pick up?
So
This is weird.
called Alky Diggers, but it comes from Hot Rod Innovations, and it's the return spring, and it's super cool.
That to me looks like something that should belong on like an RC car.
It's like a shock, right?
Yeah.
But this is the throttle return spring. Comes with all the bracket that you need. There's another bracket in here. So with your screws for your throttle.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, isn't that kind of neat?
That is freaking weird. That's
mean,
gonna be weird to hook up.
Expensive, but I mean that's top notch. You can make fine adjustments with it. It's pretty cool.
That is weird. What else did you get? I see some. Oh, we finally got the mufflers.
So
Those aren't Flowmasters.
no.
Those aren't Magnaflows. Those are Black Widows.
The Venoms. No, these are the 250 series.
Ah, so the traditional good ones.
Yeah. So after we did our trial video, and then
If you guys don't remember, we'll put it up right here. Beep.
then I heard Greggy's, and that's what sealed the deal.
Yeah.
So
Oh, these are going to sound great. And then I ended up getting your regulator installed, so that's put on. So now I'm figuring out fuel lines for that. So we got that next to put on. And then, oh yeah, why don't you go to the back of the car?
yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Gonna have to have a little talk with the old man there.
Yeah.
That's not once. That's not twice. That's not even 3 times.
4 or 5.
Yeah. So the way it was explained to me, and I'm sure he'll explain it to you, was he was doing the shrink sleeve stuff here, right there, and he wasn't paying attention to the torch. So he'd take the torch and he would go like this to look and see what he was doing, not paying attention that he was doing it right over the quarter panel of the car. And then all the wiring and all that. So,
Gotta love him.
oh yeah, still love the old man. I gotta say, the fuel system turned out pretty nice. Everything's nice and tucked up well. It's out of the way, and Nick should still be able to adjust his valves without having to take anything off, which is the key to any build. We're gonna start figuring out the exhaust. We're gonna hook up transmission, cable, and what they did yesterday, once I ended up having to leave, me and the wife ended up going, she had a business party that we did bowling and drinks and all that stuff, so that was a great time. But they ended up finishing off all the wiring in the trunk. All that stuff's done. All the way to the front of the car is ready to rock and roll. So we're working on alternator, transmission, and exhaust. So that is what's going on right now. So there's the old Flowmasters. That's the original 2-chamber that was on here. And you guys might ask, hey, what's the difference between that? There's your Black Widows. That's what the inside looks like. There's Nick. Hold on, I'll zoom you in on him. Whoop, there he is. Yeah, there is nothing, absolutely nothing inside of those Black Widows, but they sound awesome, which you guys are going to find out. And again, if you don't remember the old muffler challenge, go back, take a look at that one. That was a fun little test between the Thrush, the Flowmaster, and of course Black Widows. Now what we ran on that one were the Widowmakers. They were like the smallest Black Widow that they actually made. These are a little bit tamer, and I use that word very lightly here because they're still freaking loud. But you get all that beautiful tone of your cam. Wait till you hear these things. This thing's gonna sound awesome. So Nick is crawling underneath his dashboard, trying to get an oil pressure gauge in. And no, I'm not 6 feet underground. He's just that high up on the lift. So we got the exhaust all done. That's all wrapped up, looking pretty, as you guys can see. And we got the shifter all done. That's all in. We just set everything on here, so that's finished up. Right now I dropped out the old shocks, putting in these old-fashioned Lakewood 9010s. I had these in my black Camaro when I was running it before, and he just had some, like, I don't know, I think it was just like a set of Monroe gas shocks or something up front. So these old-fashioned 9010s, no, they're not a set of Vikings or QA1s or blah, 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 but they'll work for now and they'll get the job done. So we are trying to hook up oil pressure line, and we had this lovely mishap with this alternator bracket. Spent all the time putting everything on. Once we stuck the water pump on, it's just impossible to be able to get the alternator belt on with the, it just hits. The water neck off the water pump just hits. So we're gonna have to mount it. For you guys out there that run like big block Chevys and, you know, electric water pumps and all that, your bracket, as you can see here, is right there. So it's just like a short water pump. While the electric water pump above it, you can see the chrome or the aluminum. Well, you can't go high up, so it has to stay low. So we mounted the bracket off of here, but the alternator was right here. Well, look where the water pump is. So at that point, it's screwing us big time. Well, we can't fit it over here. So now that's the bracket and everything. So we're gonna have to make it coming off of this top bolt and then going off. It's gonna be a pain in the butt. So if you guys would be so kind enough to put down in the comments if you know if there's a bracket or something that they make. I mean, I can make something up, but if there's something already done and built, it'd be so much nicer to do that. So if there's something that fits on the driver's side by the valve cover for the alternator, hit me down in the comments and let me know, okay? I'm try to throw some fuel in it. We already did that. We don't know if we got any power or anything like that. So fingers crossed, you guys. I'm gonna set you up on the stand and we're gonna go through a couple of things here and see if we can get this thing to go. Ignition's on. Sounds like we're not getting spark. Okay, same with this lights. Came to life, but we got to fix a couple of things real quick. We got some things happening in the interior real fast.
Pop.
This thing will throw, what, 80, 90 pounds,
Yeah, it
so.
was about 75.
Yeah.
But it was had a little hiccup to it, but
So, you happy with the sound? You can still hear the blower perfectly fine.
it's loud.
Sounds
Like
good.
The Black Widows. I'm glad I went with the Black Widows.
Did you go behind it and hear it?
No, I mean I heard it from here. I didn't
Oh, you got to go behind it and hear it. Yeah, it sounds good. What you think, Pop?
You think you'd give that one a run for the money?
I didn't kick your
Maybe driver versus driver, you know?
Oh, you mean you driving that? Me driving
No,
that?
me and mine, you and yours.
What do you want for how many lengths?
No, I'll give you 3.
3 lengths? At the drag strip or on the street?
I'll give you, no. Well, what do you want?
At
I'll
the
give
drag
you,
strip?
I get hit, you get 3 lanes.
What do you mean a hit?
I get to hit. Chase is a race.
I'll still kick your ass. I'll be ahead of you by the 60-foot timer. On those little tires?
All right, the shit talking has already started here, but we got it running. We're ready to rock and roll. We got a whole bunch of wiring and things to do and figure out all that alternator problems and all that. But the goal for this one, you guys, was to get it up, get it running. We did it, and I am ready to go home. So I hope you guys dig it. Again, we still got to finish up and tidy up a couple of things. Nick's got to leave for a couple of weeks for Army stuff, and hey, I'm just happy and excited. So is he. We were fighting to get this thing done and running. So thank you guys checking out the episode. I really do appreciate it. Don't forget to hit that share, that like, that subscribe. These two are still shit talking each other and having fun. So hope to see you guys down at the track. See ya.